Welcome to the Life After Plus One podcast, where we turn life's lemons into delightful lemonade. Get ready for inspiring stories, uplifting conversations, and all the tips and tricks to rock your single parent journey with style. I'm your host, Leanne, and it's time to embrace the adventure of Life After Plus One. So, let's dive in. Hello, welcome back to Life After Plus One. I'm Leanne, your podcast host and your single parent mentor and coach. And before I dive into today's episode, I just want to remind you all, for all the new ones out there listening, if you haven't noticed already, on my website, I have a huge selection of resources available for anyone that's needing some extra support on your single parent journey, because it's not an easy one to manage when you're on your own. You're dealing with co-parenting, finances, maybe moving home, loneliness, dating, and everything else. It's a tough task to tackle, especially when you're trying to parent and you're doing everything on your own. So if you jump onto my website, there are some coaching programs plus some ebooks, which are amazing toolkits that have everything you need to guide you through this process when you're all on your own. And you can just sit down at night when the kids are in bed and flick through the pages. They are such a good support system when you're going through this. So if you haven't seen it already, or if you haven't been to my website, jump on to lifeafterplusone.com. I'll also put the details in the show notes below and have a look. There is so many options there available to help you get through this phase and be able to look at it from a more positive perspective instead of focusing on the negatives of single parenting. So jump onto the website there and have a look at those. And for now, I'm going to jump straight into today's episode, which is getting out of a rock bottom. Now, rock bottom is not a fun place to be, because let's be honest, a rock bottom is when you know you're at your lowest. You know your life can't get any worse than where it's at. And it's quite common for situations like divorce and relationship breakdowns to put you in a position of a rock bottom. You've gone through things like you've lost your family home, your finances have changed, dealing with co-parenting, might have lost everything and you have to start from scratch again. There's just so many that you go through as a single parent that can put you into a position of hitting rock bottom. And it's really an ugly, dark place to be in. So how do you get out of it? How do you get through it? Well, whether or not you get through it is up to you. And how quick you get through it, again, is up to you. Because once you're there, you have two choices. You can stay in the victim mentality mode of blaming your ex and pretty much using that situation that's got you to the rock bottom as the story of your life. Now, you need to remember that one situation, the breakup, divorce, whatever a situation was, that does not determine your life. This is not your life story. It's one small part of it. You can choose to get out of that chapter and start a new one, or you can choose to stay there and drag it out as long as you want. That's up to you. But that breakup, that divorce, that situation is not the story of your life. And it's quite common for people to get in that situation where they sit in the blame game. They blame their ex, but this has happened to me. I went through this situation. This happened and this happened and this happened. Now, I'm not shutting down anyone's feelings or what anyone has been through, but you can't keep playing on that. You've got to learn to move on from that. And only you can do that. Only you can make that happen. So if you want to get out of that rock bottom, and you know you're ready to get out of it, when you're there and you look around and you think, I deserve better than this. This is not the life for me. I deserve better. That's when you know you're ready to get out of it. Because nobody is put here on this earth to fail. We're not here to live a failed and horrible life. We're all here to succeed in our own ways. Now, yes, something horrible may have happened. It may have really hurt us and screwed us over massively. It may have left you financially broke. You may be empty physically, emotionally, mentally, in any way possible. But you can't let that control your life. It is a situation that happened, but you've got to look at it. That's a situation that's happened to make you stronger, to make you a better person. And you've got to find a way to get the strength to turn around and say, I deserve more. This is not my life. And you do deserve more. Everyone deserves more. No one deserves to be stuck at a rock bottom. And like I said, it is a horrible place to be. But it's those rock bottoms that bring you up to so much greatness. Because it's when you're at your lowest of lows that you realize how worthy you are, how much more you deserve. Because quite often before these things happened, when we're in these relationships, we were just floating by comfortably, where we didn't change anything in our life. We just floated by day, doing life just as we knew. We went to work, we did school pickup, after school activities, maybe a holiday every now and then, weekend sports. There was no getting out of our comfort zone, trying something new, planning big things, having big goals. It was all just that standard mundane routine. And it's these shitty rock bottoms that you get put into where you can actually stop and go, hold on, this is what I want to do with my life. This is what I'm going to do. And it's when people get to that rock bottom that they achieve great things. That's the place where you get to when you do things in life and you just give anything and everything a go because you want better. You want more. You will do anything and everything because you're in that headspace of, you know what? I've been at rock bottom. I've been at my lowest. I can't get any lower than that. So if I don't get this, it doesn't matter because I've been at my lowest and I know what that's like and I'm not going back there. So those are the times that push you and force you to do so much more amazing things with your life. It's when you realize, fuck, I've got so much more in me. And I know a lot of people don't like hearing these things, but quite often bad things happen because it's pushing us to something even better. It's pushing you to be a better person in yourself. And you don't see that when you're just living in your comfort zone bubble. You don't see that when you're just rolling on by, living your standard day-to-day life. It's when something really bad happens that you're at breaking point when you go, shit, something's got to give. This has got to change. And then it's such a good feeling when you go through different experiences after you've been through that and you know that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happens. The outcome is not going to hurt you no matter what because you've been through so much worse. You're so much more resilient and ready to take on whatever the world's going to throw at you because it's like, fuck, you can't hurt me. I've nearly been homeless. I've had no money. I've had this happen. I've had that happen. Not getting a job is not going to affect me. Not having a date is not going to kick me down. I'm good. So going to a rock bottom, this is your chance to step back and assess your life and really look at what is it that you want? What is it that you want to achieve? Because I can guarantee you staying in a rock bottom is not where you deserve to be. It's not where you want to be. And it's not where you need to be with your kids. They don't want to see their mum or their dad in a rock bottom. Nobody wants to see anyone in that situation. This is your time to get up and prove to your kids, this is how it's done. This is how you live your life. And I'm going to go against the grain by saying this, but that is a lesson that no school will teach. Teaching your kids to get back up again when you get kicked down. Teaching them the confidence to keep going, to strive for what they want in life. That is something that's really important. And your kids see this. Your kids see when you've had nothing and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, what's happened to mum? What's happened to dad? Look at them. I'm proud of you. My daughter actually just said to me yesterday, she was lying down next to me and she said, Mum, I'm so proud of you with your podcast. I'm like, oh, where'd that come from? And it was nice. She doesn't listen to it, but sometimes, she'll see it when she's scrolling on my phone or something and she might see images or something. And she just made a random comment, Mum, I'm really proud of you. That's nice. That's what you want your kids to see. You don't want them to look back at mum or dad and go, oh, she's sad again. She's hating a job or he's miserable. Look at them. You want them to be proud of you. You're teaching them a lesson. You're leading by example. Get up and show your kids how it's done. Now, the first step to get out of your rock bottom and to get out there and achieve big things is to look at what you want to do. What is it? Start writing a list of things that you want to do. and make it as wild as you want. Even if it's something as you need to clean the fridge out because you just haven't had time to do that. And every time you open the fridge, it looks disgusting and you just need to clean it. Put that down there. Put on the list of things that you want to do, because I can tell you now, when you have a clean home, your head, you feel a lot better in yourself. I've made a conscious effort to really declutter and really clean out my house. And every time I walk in, I'm like, oh, it's nice and it feels good. And that's what you want. It puts you in a better headspace. So even if that's something that you want to put on your list, just to declutter your home and get rid of stuff that you don't need. And that's just one example. It could be you might want to save a certain amount of money. You could be you've just got to book your car in for a service. You've been delaying it because you haven't had the money. Just put it down on a list. Even if you don't have the money still to do it, write a list of things that you need to do. Write a list of the bills that you need to pay. Maybe there's a few places that you've been wanting to go and visit. Write them down. Make a list of little holiday places that you want to go visit. Write a list of everything you want to do. That is how you start making progress in your life, by having goals, things that you want to achieve. If you don't have any goals or plans in life, where's your life going? You don't have any direction. It's like going on a road trip without using your Google Maps or anything and just guessing where you're going. You're just going to hope for the best and hope that you get to the destination. You've got no street signs, you've got no maps, you're just driving and just hope you're going to get to where you need to go. It doesn't work like that. We all have Google Maps or some sort of maps app on our phone that we use these days. You don't just go through life and just go to work every day, do your school drop-off every day, after school activities, come home, clean, weekends cleaning, weekend sports, and then you're just scrolling by. You've got no plan in life. Where are you going to end up? You've got to have some sort of direction in life. That's how you start, by getting out of your rock bottom. You need to know what you want to achieve. Where do you want to go? What do you want out of life? And as I sit here and talk to you, I've got a list of things here that I want to do. One of the small things that I've got on my list is car wash. It's just simple things like that even. Just little things that I know that I need to get done. I just put on a list. That's just one of many things that I've got, but I've always got my little list going. And it feels nice and it feels good when you cross it off, even if it's just something simple like getting that car washed, and I cross it off because it's done. But you put those little things on there. And then when you start getting the little things done, you put bigger things, put big holidays, put big saving amounts, maybe you want to get a new lounge, maybe you want to get a new home, whatever it is. But you've got to have some direction in life. And to get out of your rock bottom, you need to know what it is that you want and where you want to go in life, and start taking those steps to make it happen. So it is possible. It is possible to get out of a rock bottom, but it happens a lot quicker and a lot easier when you're in the right headspace, and when you know this is not the place for me, when you know you deserve better. So if there's things that's happening in your life that you're not happy with, what can you do differently? What can you do to change the situation, to make it more of a positive, to make it work for you? What can you do to change that? And I can guarantee you, having organization in your life is another big place to start. I know back years ago when I first became a single parent, I was terrible when it came to grocery shopping. I was one of those people that would go to the supermarket every night. Whenever I needed something for dinner, I'd go buy it that day. I never did a big shop. And it was terrible. It was such a bad habit to get into. And you know, when you do it on a daily basis, you're spending more because you pick up an extra treat here or there and you're picking up other things that you don't need. But now I'm in a habit of, I will do a big fortnightly shop. And if I need other things in between, then I'll go get them. But it's such a big difference to have a fridge and cupboards full of food instead of going every day and just buying crap that you don't need. And it's just adding stress to your life. You're wasting time by doing it on a daily basis, and you're wasting money. And it's just little things like that. Having a lack of organization, lack of anything, it just affects your whole headspace. Maybe you're struggling financially. You're in a situation where you're really struggling to make ends meet. Sit down and look at your finances. Work out a way to pay off a certain amount each fortnight or each week, however often you get paid. Work out a way to pay a small amount off. Maybe you can call the provider and work out a deal with them. Do what you can to get yourself back on track. And I can tell you, one of the worst things to do is keep avoiding those bills. Don't do it. If you know those bills are coming in, you've got those reminders and you keep getting those reminders and you keep getting those emails, don't avoid them. Deal with it, because it's easy to get in that headspace of avoiding things because you just don't want to deal with it. But it's going to come back, and it's going to come back and bite you on the ass. The easiest way to get through this hard, horrible phase when you're going through all this shit is to deal with it head on and get rid of it, instead of letting it drag out where it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Deal with it. Work out a plan. Work out some way of resolving it and making it easier for yourself. And another thing, and this is something I'm also mentioned on a regular basis, have things that make you feel good. Now, one thing I've started doing, and I do it nearly every night now, is I light candles. I love candles. And I have some nice scented ones, and nearly every night I will put them on because it just smells nice. And it's nice having a home that smells nice. And quite often you walk in the house and you can smell them when you walk in. And that's just something for me that I love. And you walk in, it's like, that's nice. And I'm not telling you to go out and buy candles, but if it makes you feel good and you like it, go do it. But I even put like one in the bathroom. I got one in the kitchen. I got one in the lounge room. Sometimes have one in my bedroom. They're all scattered around the house. And it's just something that makes me feel good. I like the look of it, I like the vibe of it, and I like the smell of it. And it makes me feel good. And it just gives my home that nice cozy vibe. So just things like that, things that make you feel good. Now, like I said, I'm not telling you necessarily go candles, but if you want to, go to Kmart and get some cheap ones if you're on a budget. But there are so many ways to do just little things, little tiny things that can make that little difference to make you feel better. So like if you are in a home and you're not comfortable, you're not happy, do little things that can make it look nicer. Get rid of the clutter. Do something to make it smell nice. Do something to make you feel good where you are. And don't be scared to get out there and try new things. Get out there and do something different. If you've been living a life and you're doing the same thing all the time, break that routine. If you want a better outcome, then do something different to create that different outcome. Even if it's listening to podcasts like this one on a more regular basis for that extra support. Do something. Lie in bed and read instead of scrolling on your phone or playing games. Pick up a good book. Pick up a podcast. Do something that's more productive for you instead of just aimlessly wasting your time. Because it can be easy to do that when you're in a shitty headspace. You just don't have the energy. You don't have the mental and emotional capacity to do things that just take up unnecessary energy. But it's energy that's going to be used to make you feel better. But it's quite easy when you're in the headspace is just chill out and watch Netflix or pick up your phone and scroll or play a game or do something meaningless that's not impacting on your life in a positive way. And that's what you want. When you're feeling shit and you're feeling down and you're feeling in a rock bottom, you want to do things that's going to make you feel better and that's going to have a positive impact on your life. And it's those little things you do each day, whether it's walk into your home and it smells nice and you've got the candles on. That's nice. Okay, something new the next day. What can you do? Declutter your home. Declutter your car. Get rid of old stuff that's lying around the house that you don't use. Do things that's going to make your life feel good. Don't have old energy hanging around that's making you feel drained and that's filling up your house with unnecessary shit. Get rid of it. Now, these aren't things that are necessarily going to get you out of a rock bottom. Like, I'm not just going to say declutter your house and it's going to work wonders and you'll be fine. No, these are just little things that you can do. And all of these different things compiled together will make a difference. Because these are all little things that will make you feel better in yourself. And that's all part of it. And when you get to that stage where you feel better in yourself, when you're in that situation again, you won't be in that rock bottom because you know how to handle things differently. And you're in a better headspace where things don't affect you the same way. It's like, I've been at rock bottom. I'm okay. I'm good. You're not going to get me down again. It's those little things that you need to keep doing to make yourself feel good. And again, this is why I always emphasize self-care. You've got to look after yourself, even if it's just a 10-minute walk. And it could even just be a walk with the kids. I had a nice walk tonight with my daughter, which was really nice. So just things like that. You're getting out and you're feeling good with yourself, and it's nice to have that quality time with your kids as well. So you're killing two birds with one stone. You're getting quality parent-child time. I had my mummy-daughter time, and you're getting some exercise in as well. Find ways to do things like this. You don't just have to do it on your own. You can do it with your kids. It's all things that still makes you feel good. If you're in that routine where you come home after school and it's like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon and you're all just home, just chilling, sitting on your devices or whatever else, use that afternoon time and get out and go for a walk or go down to the beach or go to the park, go in the backyard and hit a ball around together, whatever it is. These little things that you're doing instead of just sitting around doing nothing, feeling negative, these things will make you feel better. So if you want to get out of a rock bottom and you want to get to a better place, then you need to start making these changes to make that happen. So if you are in a rock bottom and you're feeling shit and miserable about your situation, you're hating on your ex and your finances and your job and everything else, then this is your time to turn it around. Stop waiting for someone to come in and save you. It's not going to happen that way. Only you can save yourself. And to do that, you need to get out of that victim mentality. You need to get out of the blame game mentality, and you need to focus on what you do want and stop focusing on what you don't want. Stop focusing on what went wrong and stop focusing on that situation that happened with your ex or your breakup or whatever else. That is not the story of your life. So don't keep using that situation as a way to determine who you are, or as a way to determine how your life should be. That is a small part of your life. It's now up to you to change that direction and make it a positive one. And to do that, start setting goals, start focusing on things that you want to happen. Start doing things that's going to make you feel good. Little things at a time. Because I guarantee you now, if you keep staying in that blame game mentality where you're hating on your ex and you're talking about that situation every day and you're complaining about your job and your finances, keep going like that. And then 3 months from now, where do you think your life is going to be? But if you start making changes today, just little ones, you start setting goals, you start planning your bills, working out ways to get up to date on anything that's fallen behind, getting rid of clutter, getting rid of things that's holding you back, and start doing things that's making you feel good. If it's exercise, if it's walking, if it's just things that make you laugh, where do you think your life will be in 3 months' time from now? It's those little things that you do that will start piling up to make a positive difference in your life. That's how you get out of the rock bottom. So if you're there, you have the choice on what path you want to take. Do you want to take one with an amazing future that you can control? Or do you want to take the path where you are now, and you're probably going to stay there and you don't have any control over it because you're still caught up in what's happened in the past? You're letting the past control your situation, not you. So you have a choice on what path you want to take. So that's a little something from me, just to remind you. And going to a rock bottom, it is a common thing. It's like, I don't want you to sit there and think, oh, fuck, no one knows what it's like. It is a common situation for people to go through. It's not a common situation for people to talk about, though. So don't feel like you're alone in this situation. And if you do feel like that, and feel free to reach out. Feel free to send me a DM on my Instagram page or to my website and let's chat. But you're not alone. It is a common situation to go through. You've just got to know how to get out of it. And how long you stay there is up to you. You can stay there for a few months. You can stay there for a few years. You can stay there forever, because some people do. I wouldn't recommend that option though. Feel what you're going through. Feel the pain. Process the breakup. Process everything else. And then just go, okay, it's happened. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. But I can't stay here. This is not for me. And it's not going to automatically change your situation with your ex or anything else, but it will help you handle that situation. When you're feeling better in yourself, you're able to handle your ex in a better way, in a more positive way. You might not be as inclined to quickly want to get angry at them or yell at them or get nasty at them or constantly think negative of them. You learn to just shut out any other chit chat or negative talk from them. You learn not to be fazed by that. You learn just to focus on what's necessary to talk about, and that's it. And you learn not to take it personally. You don't let things get to you. And when you're down in the dumps and feeling so negative and sad and lonely, you do take things personally. You are a little precious and you do need a little bit of bubble wrap around you. Because you're sad. When you're sad, you feel like that. But you don't want to stay like that. You want to get out of there. You want to toughen up a little bit and go, you know what? Yeah, I can take it. I don't need to take that personally. I get it. That's their issue, not mine. And that's what it's all about, getting out of that rock bottom and realize you deserve so much more. And your kids deserve so much more. And your kids deserve to see you doing amazing stuff with your life. And that's the most important thing that you need to remember. Your kids want to see you kick ass. All right. So I'm going to wrap it up. And I really do hope today that you got something from this episode. And I do mean it when I say this, that if you really are struggling with your emotions and you really can't get out of that dark place, then please message me. Please, let's have a chat. Because it is possible to get out of it, but some people just need that little bit of an extra push. And that's okay. That's okay. It can be quite difficult to do on your own sometimes. But if you're ready to do it on your own, then take that leap. Take that leap and start finding amazing shit in your life and start setting those awesome goals. And if you want some tips on setting goals, then go back to my episode I did at the start of the year on goal setting, on setting and making amazing resolutions for the year. So thanks again, guys. And please reach out if you have any feedback, if you have any questions, if there's something you want to talk about, whether it's related to this show or any other topic that's single parent related, feel free to reach out. All my contact details are in the show notes below, so feel free to give any feedback at all. And I hope you got something from this, and I hope you're getting something from every other episode that I share. And feel free to share this with your single parent friends, because we want this to get into as many ears as possible. We want to help all those people on their single parent journey. So thanks again, guys. And until next time, I'll be in your ears then. Thank you for joining us on the Life After Plus One podcast. If you loved what you heard today and looking for some further support, then jump onto our website, lifeafterplusone.com. Plus, don't forget to check out our Instagram page for further resources and inspo. You can find all the links in the show notes. And remember, you're not alone on this path. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next episode. And in the meantime, keep thriving, keep growing, and keep exploring your amazing life after plus one.